There you go. Yeah, we can hear that.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, you don't even know how I'm starting this.
I don't know how you're going to start it either.
I asked for some air in the studio and got nothing.
It's not too late. We can hit stop on everything.
Nope. I'm just going to sit here and... Oh, fuck, I didn't change my short either.
Yeah.
It's all right. You can't see it. Don't say it. Can't see it.
Mustard
Oh, God.
on your shirt.
So I have a mustard magnet shirt. Apparently in the last couple weeks or so, I don't remember eating mustard, but apparently it's on everything I own. So we're going to jump right back into this. What would this be? Episode, you know, you
Trey.
Yeah, but you know what you didn't do?
What?
No funky. You didn't. So we were just talking before we came on air that we were going to, it was a thing, and now it's not a thing. Now it's a thing because I just added it in as a thing, but it wasn't a thing.
And by funky, you mean...
Funky.
Ah, yeah.
And there goes her headphones. So, I don't know why I thought of this today. Because I was reading something on...
It's quite warm in here.
It is warm in here. It's like... Here. You can't do it from my phone because it's not logged in. It's only logged in from your phone. But you have... Yeah. I asked for air, got no air. So anyway, we're going to go through the American Generations timeline.
American Generations timeline.
Meaning, so for example, we're going to start... I didn't understand how some of these were described or where the names came from. So like born from 1901 to 1924, who would be... the ages on here are wrong, so I'm not going to read them.
Yeah.
But they're referred to as the GI generation. They were teenagers during the Great Depression and fought in World War II. Sometimes called the Greatest Generation, followed... Well, that's a book reference. Or the Swing Generation because of their jazz music. So, I understand why they're called the GI generation. Kind of. Because they were a product of a war. They were babies born of a war, and that's too fucking close.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Great Depression, you're thinking 31, right? 31? I think that's accurate. I don't know.
Well, they would say that they were, yeah, so that's about accurate, because they say that they were born 1901 to 1924, so 6-7 years after that, 31. Yeah, sure, I'll go with that.
Yeah. I don't know much about that time.
I read ahead.
Well, because
I'm laughing.
We were in the Industrial Revolution.
Pause. Wait for it.
Oh, I'm fucking waiting.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it slowly. No.
Nah.
No.
No, there was no psst.
No, there's no psst.
I mean...
Next time I'll shake it up.
During that time, cars were happening. World War One. There was just a lot of shit going on in that time to be able to just be like, oh yeah, these were the guys that did this.
And that was the heyday of mob, wasn't it? It was the beginning of the Italian mafia.
Yeah.
So the next one is referred to as the silent generation. Born 1925-1942, they were too young to see action in World War II and too old to participate in the fun of the Summer of Love. This label describes their conformist tendencies and belief that following the rules is a sure ticket to success. Then why would they call them the silent generation?
My mom... Oh, lordy. Don't quote me on this. 1943?
Okay, so that would be the next one down underneath your thumb there.
But I mean, you're talking a 1 year threshold.
And they also say that these dates are not, the age ranges are not, because there's lots of room for, variations of Shouldn't have drank that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. On air and everything. I'm trying
Hey.
to turn my head away from my mic.
Way to go, Vegas.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I don't know. I think that because you're doing like the 1924 to 1925, all of a sudden they become a different generation.
Right. Well,
Like, I think there should be a fade. So, like 1901 to 1920.
So you're
and
talking-
then, like 1928 to. And then if you're in the middle, you're just one of those
Cusp.
fucking. You could have gone either way.
right. So just like when your zodiac sign falls at the beginning of your sign or at the end of your sign, you're a cusp.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. And then you can go in any direction.
Whoa.
Yeah. Up or down.
Exactly. So the next one.
Baby boomers.
So this is the reason why I kind of dug this out. A, I was interested in how they got their names, and B, there are, when you think about it, in this studio there are 3 generations, because our executive producer is part of the baby boomers, which we are going to talk about next.
Okay.
Born 43 to 64, the boomers were born during an economic and baby boom baby boom.
Boom.
I don't know what a baby boom looks like.
I don't know.
There's no pictures.
There are.
Huh?
Lots of sex.
Whoa.
Baby Boone. There's,
I don't think she heard that
nah,
part.
there's some photos. I'll show you someday.
Oh boy, the boom. These hippie kids.
Hippie.
I got the thumbs up. These hippie kids protest against the Vietnam War and participating in the civil rights movement, all with rock and roll music blaring in the background. I wouldn't exactly call that rock and roll.
That wasn't rock and roll.
It was folk music. There was a whole lot of folk music.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair.
That is correct. Don't go to San Francisco
Yeah.
without. Okay.
Well, I don't have any. Well, I guess I could put
I
them
think
down here.
that's my favorite Sean Connery quote
What?
from Alcatraz when he was singing that song in the shower.
I don't remember that scene.
Oh, it's magnificent.
I remember the movie.
Yeah, he's in San Francisco
Uh-huh.
taking a shower, singing that song.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
But in Sean Connery's lovely voice, it's fantastic.
Oh wait, no, I think I do remember that part. I do, yes, because
That's the only reason why I know the lyrics to that song.
the only reason why I know the lyrics to that song is because me and the group Global DJs, we did a remix of it. It was bad. It
Nice.
was really bad. Don't anybody look that up, please. God, that was bad.
I'm gonna teach myself how to do some remixes. And do you know what my first song's gonna be? Yeah. Funky.
Did you know that was coming? Oh, how come your headphones are off?
But they fell off. And you need to use that.
Yeah, they fell off.
Yeah, I need to move back.
No.
So, Generation X.
We need a camera pointed that direction.
Yeah, it's not ever going to happen. You'd have to get one. You'd actually have to go to one of your spy stores
No.
and buy and like put it right here on my microphone and point it that way.
Credit card.
You can go buy out the fucking spy store. Generation X. No.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were when were you born?
1978.
Oh, see? Okay, so we only have 2 generations.
But I do like the fact that you thought that I was born past 1980. However, if you were going to call me a millennial, I probably would have slapped you.
Well, but see, that's kind of why I brought this up, because I thought you were by the age group of millennial, and I was going to point out the fact that you are very much not a, what do I usually call them? Oh yeah, a fucking millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially all the fucking chuck nuts that are on goddamn. So I don't know if you and I have talked about this before, but everybody that I bring this up to now permanently hates me for it. It's about the abandonment of the letter T.
Yes.
Okay, so we have talked about it. I'll refresh our listeners that fucking millennials don't pronounce their T's. They drop their T's. They say stupid fucking idiotic words like mountain and button. And I used to sit right across from this exact same fucking table from some not gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm put my soapbox away.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, Generation Xers, which I always hated that moniker, they were originally called the Baby Busters because fertility rates fell after the boomers. As teenagers, fuck, I don't even remember that. As teenagers, they experienced the AIDS epidemic and the fall of the Berlin Wall, which you and I have
Yeah.
seen and pissed on a piece of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't ask questions.
She knows where it's at. Sometimes called the MTV generation, the X in their name refers to this generation's desire not to be defined.
I've got something to say about it.
About what? About not being defined?
No, it's talking about the fertility. There's scientific data that birth control during our time ended up doing leaps and bounds. So, the pill, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like when the birth controls first came out, other than condoms, of course, like the
What's a condom?
the pill shit.
Is that the shit you put on
was-
hot dogs?
Yeah. That was like 65%. But then
So a cup of water would have been just as effective.
yeah, almost. I mean, play baccarat. Baby and no baby.
Gets me those goddamn baccarat tables.
But during that time is when a bunch of medical technology started going into it. And as long as you followed the regimen, you weren't having a baby. So everybody was like, so we can fuck without consequence.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yes, and thus the AIDS epidemic.
Yeah. It's a give and take, sir. It's a give and take.
To a certain extent, yeah. Why is my
I mean,
must be my headphones. Oh, I don't like that.
maybe it's your face. Just saying.
My face could not make my microphone loud. Now, I know that your nose...
Yeah.
Yeah. Millennials. Didn't we just fucking...
Some people have to like do this with their hand
Yeah.
mics.
Yep.
My nose takes care of that.
Fuck, what... We were watching... I might have been the damn Billboard Music Awards. And I obviously been in the music industry for quite a long time. And I also know that if you have a sound tech that's worth a fuck, you don't ever have to... And I'm not going to speak into the mic when I do this, but everybody on the Billboard Music Awards is here.
So, I've got a theory behind it, and I've talked to a few sound engineers.
I'm listening.
What it is because all these up and coming people
Can't
are
fucking sing.
no, they're self-made, so
Yeah.
they've got zero training,
Yeah.
basically, and
Skill set.
there's a thing called microphone etiquette.
Yep.
This is
Mic
what
control, too.
This is what you do, and this is what you don't do.
Yeah.
And then the sound engineer is going to make
I
you sound
wish-
like Whitney Houston.
I wish. I do have a microphone. The other thing I hate is,
That thing.
hey, I love this fucking microphone. This was going to be her microphone
Oh, it
because
looks like a dildo.
no. If you're no, this is going to cause some pain. So anyway, who the hell? Who's the? Who's
Wow, we
the,
got off track.
Who's the? No, we're still on track. We're talking about fucking millennials, or not? That came out wrong.
Well,
That's your department.
I've done it a few times.
Who is it? Christina Aguilera. She started this whole thing where she started keeping time with her hand on her fucking microphone. Now, Mariah Carey does it. No, Mariah Carey did not start doing it.
No.
Now, all these fucking people are doing it. And one of the other ones I cannot stand watching her sing is, first of all, I think she's a no talent hack, but Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
When she's constantly popping her jaw while she's singing, it's ridiculous. It's annoying. And she does that stupid aeration up and down while popping her jaw and keeping time with her fucking hand on her microphone. Did I ever show you the inside of this microphone?
No.
Oh, there's a little added.
So there's a thing.
It has a battery.
Oh, nice. So it's got its own phantom power.
Yep.
Good sound engineers know, but you can get into the
Ooh.
compression settings.
Yeah.
And then you can just make that not happen anymore.
So we didn't even talk about the millennials. They were born, they were
Well-
hatched. They were created between 1980 and 2000. They experienced the rise of the internet September 11, 9/11. Wait, who the hell puts the? It's just like 1 October. We don't say October the 1st
Right?
out here. And the wars that followed, sometimes called Generation Y. Why? Because they don't give a flying fuck. That's why we call them Generation Y. Why am I here? Why do I exist? Why is my Wi-Fi slowing down? Do you have a new password? Oh my god. Because of the dependence on technology, and they also said to be entitled and narcissistic.
So
Yeah, in a fucking nutshell,
I
Bill.
I know it says 80 to 2000, but again, I think I need a big buffer on that. Most of
Explain.
my friends growing up were exactly 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
Based off of, I had a neighbor a couple of houses down. He was 2 years younger than me. So most of the friends that we hung out with was all in his age group.
Got it.
And then that just translated into adulthood. So some of my same friends that I've known that whole time are 2, sometimes 3 years younger than me.
Well, unfortunately,
And that puts them in this, but they're still kind of on my wavelength.
Sure.
You know?
again, but I feel that sometimes you have to get deep into not necessarily deep, but maybe towards the tail end of a generation where you start getting the fucking rejects. That really nobody really wants them in their generational timeline. 'Cause
There's been rejects. And we ship them off to McDonald's and Taco Bell.
So did you? What was it? Who is it? Is it McDonald's? That we just heard a story on? Yeah. So
Oh, hiring
McDonald's.
the elderly.
Yeah. Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Old fucker.
Fuck. I'm like, I don't know if I want to work at McDonald's. Why the hell did I turn this over?
You do want to work at McDonald's.
No, I do not want to work at McDonald's. So Generation Z.
You
yeah.
want to work at McDonald's because of their fucking salad.
No. Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking horrific.
So I got to tell you this story. Do you remember when McDonald's had the salad that came in the big cup? And
Yeah, yeah,
the shaker
yeah.
salad,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So me and Slim were heading to a show, and our intern, so I had this great big giant blue van.
What show were you going to just because?
I'm sorry, what?
Nobody knows who Slim is.
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Slim was my light tech and my best friend.
What show were you going to because I need a time reference?
Oh gosh, it was my show. I was heading to perform, and I don't remember where the fuck. It was up north.
Opening for Ace of Base.
No. Hey, I remembered interviewing those turds.
All that she wants.
Is another baby.
Gen X.
So anyway, we're traveling to the show. Me in the driver's seat, lighting tech. Thunk.
You hate me.
No, I don't. It doesn't bother me anymore. I just dropped the mic on the floor. It was too close to my mic stand. That came across the air too. So, me, driver, Slim, passenger. Our intern, for some fucking reason, decides to sit. We have one of those big Chevy, huge, full-size Chevy vans. We called it Big Blue. So the two captain's chairs in the front, a bench behind that, and all the fucking DJ gear behind that. And I mean, it went from the back seat to the fucking door, and you could have put very easily a full-length piece of plywood. So you're talking about 8 feet full of fucking, we didn't stack it to the
Yeah.
ceiling, but we had DJ equipment in there up the kazoo. So our intern, fucking Brian, side note, like when we were going into the...
We're on a side note.
I know, but we're going to be on a side note on a side note. It's my rant. When we were in the green room trying to find cables to fucking redo this thing, and I opened it. Did you hear me say fucking Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, so Brian was our intern, and he was left-handed. When you coil your cords, and 3 of the people that you work with are right-handed, and 1 moron's left-handed, and so it's every time we had a problem with the fucking spaghetti in the goddamn wire cases, be like fucking Brian. So to this day, we still
Does he not understand the over-under technique?
no.
That's the problem.
The problem is left-handed. But anyway,
Because we got a sound engineer that was left-handed, and you just take his cables and literally flip them.
yeah.
and then you're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as you over under.
Exactly.
If you don't, then who fucking knows?
Yeah. Well, and that's the first thing that I always taught an intern when I brought them on is something that somebody taught me. The very first thing somebody taught me decades ago, that if you take care of your equipment will take care of you.
Absolutely.
So you don't do the fucking, my dad's wrapping the extension cord around your fucking arm. You lasso your goddamn, I mean,
Yeah.
when you first get brand new cords, this didn't work in Seattle. It works great here, though. When you first get brand new cords, you stretch them out in the sun and you let them fucking bake, and that way they're nice and straight. and so on and so
What's
forth.
that?
Exactly. Well, you're getting a taste of it now.
Oh, I love it.
yeah.
That's great.
Except for this next week's going to kind of suck. So,
It's all right, I'll be in
so
this.
anyway, he was sitting in the middle, and we always stopped to get something to eat on the way to the show. It was McDonald's, and I don't remember what I had.
Shake yourself.
No. This is why. So we're on the I-5 going northbound. And mind you, it's dark out. So what people can see is a 3-person silhouette. And the guy in the middle is doing this.
Nice.
Yes, with his shaker salad. And he's not, shaking his salad like a shake weight. He's shaking, and I'm sitting there going, I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and all I see is a shadow behind me going, dude, stop it. He's like, what? And then Slim turns around and he starts laughing. I said, all people see is 2 heads, one guy shaking his head, and you're just going to fucking town. And they can't see that salad that's in your fucking hand. So anyway.
3 dudes in a van.
Yeah, 3 dudes in a Chester the Molester van. So Gen Zers.
Gen Z. That sounds like a name a
So-
Gen Zer would name their children.
Exactly. Actually, it
Like,
does.
oh, you look like a Gen Z.
Oh God! And
Got her.
we really need to get a mic over there. And they would probably spell it some way like my daughter would. So if I had to think of how my daughter would spell Gen Z, she would spell it GHIENZEEY. Gen Z.
Don't forget the T.
Exactly, the silent T. Gency. Gency. These kids were first born with the internet. Oh, and subject to be the most individualistic and technology-dependent generation, sometimes referred to as the I generation. I would refer to them as the sperm. It's just they're just.
I think that if you are born post high speed internet, if you're born post high speed internet, I think that you have the ability to make a far better life than anybody in a generation prior.
Okay, so they all.
Because you've got resources
Yeah.
that used to take a scholar years, and you can nail that out in 20 minutes.
Even scholar shit, it would take you, if you wanted to know something, you'd have to go down to the basement, find the
Encyclopedia
thank you.
Britannica.
I was trying to think of what they were called, the Encyclopedia Britannica. Then you'd have to know. Then you first of all have to know how to spell, to grab the to grab the
And you
right.
can't right-click the encyclopedia. Be like, why is there a line under there?
And then you'd have to go, down the list, and then also again know how to spell.
Been there.
To get to the right thing to fucking then read the paragraph that told you absolutely fucking nothing. Now you got to pick up your phone and go, okay, Google, don't do it. Right on. Oh, son of a bitch, she did.
Why is your phone on?
It's confusing.
Oh, your phone says don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. So there's Alexa. That's Googleina. At least that's what I named her, because Google has never decided to name her, ever.
Huh.
Did you know that?
No.
She has no name. So from the beginning, I just called her Googleina. So what, there's Alexa, Siri, what else?
Dude.
Bixby, but that's a joke.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Bixby's never worked out. So when you take that page off, you got to take that paper and flip it upside down, just like this one is.
But I want everybody to see it.
They're not going to see it. It's going to be next episode, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Can I get a time?
It is 24:38.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
24:38.
We need a wall clock.
Is it time for music yet?
No.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
It's time for a wall clock. I want to talk about this wall clock. We need a wall clock.
You know what I'd like to have?
Red in color.
No. Do you remember those wall clocks that we saw at NAB,
Oh, yeah.
the National Association of Broadcasters show? There's your mention. You've
Yay.
been pestering me. Not you. They've been pestering me for weeks to give them a mention. Gave them a mention. You know who else has been pestering me?
Nabshow.com.
No, it was TPC, with Tobacco Pipe and
Oh, okay.
Cannabis Show.
I was going to complete. I was like, really?
Really? And who else has been bothering me? God, what other, I'm sorry, not what other free show. What other show did I use my press credentials at? I don't remember. But these people are after me now. They want to hear their name mentioned on the damn podcast because they found out we have a podcast.
Ooh.
Funky, funky.
Funky, funky.
So at the end of our show, the beginning of our show, it's funky, funky. At the end of our show, it'd be funky, funky.
Yep.
Sure.
Certainly.
What are you wearing?
Mustard shirt. You know what?
You can get Tomcat to clean that up.
You know what? They actually have a Carhartt shirt that is mustard. That is the shirt that I should have just gotten 15 of those.
No, because then you'll just spell ketchup on it.
That's true. All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh my God. No, I hope I pushed the right one. That would
Funky.
That would suck if I accidentally pushed the intro again. You don't want to be on mic?
No.